Bus, get the bus. We gotta catch the bus. That's a bus. Did you guys know that this once used to be where the A line used to run back in the day?
The A line?
The A line, or the MYTOWN line as it was known. Oh, I'm not. It's time to go back and take a look at the history of Allston's transportation. The history of Allston's transportation begins in the mid-1800s when streetcars were popular and at this time were being pulled by horses throughout the city. By the late 1800s, electricity would become the new source of energy to run Boston streetcars. By 1887, Henry Whitney consolidated most of the horse car industry and began the process of converting all of the streetcars to electric ones. This was then known as the Boston Elevated Railway Company, which grew and spread into different neighborhoods including Allston. Here, a branch that ran from Park Street to Union Square was created and then eventually extended to Oak Square in Brighton. Allston is known for the first electric streetcar trip, which occurred in January of 1889. As the trolleys flourished over the years, different companies changed the name of the branch. In the late 1960s, the MBTA named this branch the A line because it was the northernmost branch, and it was now extended to Newton Corner and then eventually Watertown Square. Trolley service was stopped in 1969 and was replaced by the number 57 bus, which still runs down Com Ave and Brighton Ave today. The 64, the 66, and the B branch of the Green Line also continue to operate and transport Allston residents across the city.
Today we're going to visit Herb Chambers' Infiniti dealership and learn how the automobile impacted Allston.
Allston was also once known as the Boston headquarters of the auto industry, which used to run from the BU Bridge to Union Square. It all began with Alvin Tufts Fuller, who believed the automobile was the future of transportation.
And my school was a garage for one of those car dealerships, and across the street was the Peter Fuller Cadillac building, I believe. And you know, you see that main floor, and it's very grandiose, the pillars, and you don't see that type of a grand, kind of like a grand hotel entrance anymore.
Fuller made a deal with the Packard Motor Company of Detroit to be an exclusive Boston auto dealer. He continued bringing in new companies, and the Auto Mile was born. In 1919, there were about a dozen dealerships, and by the late 1920s, over 117 automobile-related businesses lined Com Ave and Brighton Ave. Infiniti FX35. It's pretty sweet. Makes Jesus look like chopped liver.
I know he might. Test drive. Free.
By the late 1970s, many of the dealerships moved away from Boston to be closer to the growing suburban population. By 1981, only 11 dealerships remained, and today a small handful of them operate in the neighborhood, but don't compare to the rise of the auto industry that once lined most of Com Ave and was once known as the Auto Mile.
But you know, other than our dealerships right here and our Toyota Vespa scooter dealership over in Brighton Avenue, all the dealerships in this area are long gone. I mean, and I wouldn't imagine that redevelopment.
That was amazing. They had the greatest cars in there. And who would have thought? We picked up so much history of Allston from, I think his name's James Bulger, the owner
Definitely
there.
did.
So
And all
great.
for free.
And we got a great tip on a place to eat in Allston.
Cafe Bella.
Cafe Bella.
Yeah, we should probably head over there, see what